Alrighty, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome out, everybody. I hope you're all doing fantastic. We'll jump over to... is it this button? Yeah, it's this button. How are y'all doing? Hope you're all doing fantastic. It's been a while, YouTube. Been quite a while since I've seen you all. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're not doing a jetliner. We're doing this Piper Arrow, which should be fun. We're just gonna do a little bit of VFR flying around. Starting off here at Friday Harbor, up by Seattle area. We're gonna fly over to Payne Field, where Boeing makes jets. Should be fun. And I am on the USA East server, so if there's anybody watching that wants to join, probably take off here, do a couple touch and go circuits, and then we'll carry on. Just give anybody a chance who's here right now to load up if they want to join. If not, no worries. I'm just gonna fly around today. Nothing wrong with just flying around. But we'll go ahead and jump inside. All right. So if y'all happen to be in my Twitch stream, we were flying this a couple days ago. I actually want to post that I'm going live. So give me just 1 second. Let me do that real quick. Oh, it's installing an update for Discord? Come on now. Come on now. How rude. Decides it wants to do this right now. Must update right now. No alternate option. I guess something we should talk about is I'm going to start moving the streams over to Twitch. For the time being, I'm still going to do the Thursday stream live here, and I'll probably make more of a big deal about it when I want to switch over, but Twitch works so much better for live streaming. And to kind of supplement that, because I know a good chunk of people have followed on here for live streaming, I plan on doing some extra stuff on here so that, you know, the YouTube channel just doesn't become one video a week. But for the time being, I'm going to stream Thursdays here and then the rest of the week on Twitch, which is more streams, because before I was just streaming Thursday here and not streaming at all anytime. So let me get this posted real quick and then we'll get up in the air. Do that. Let me go to x.com. Not Twitter. Just X. Oh, you piece of junk. X, you suck. Hold on. So yeah, we're gonna start off here. We'll fly to Payne Field, and then we'll see if anybody has any ideas of where we should go. The whole world is basically open. Take requests. Okay, that's posted. Let's get this thing rolling. All right, so starting the Piper Arrow, pretty simple stuff. Really, put the mixture to full, prop to full. Let's get the battery on. Mixture full, prop full. Make sure the door is shut and latched, which is what we want. I'm gonna go ahead and get FS Realistic going.
FS Realistic connected.
So we get some of that. We can come here and get the fuel pump going. We have the left tank selected. We want the right tank selected because the right tank has more fuel. Left pump going, or the fuel pump going. Prime the engine. We'll crack the throttle. And get the rotating beacon on as well so people know we're starting up. Clear prop. I need to turn off the FS Realistic saying clear prop. I want to say clear prop. Anyway, clear prop. There we go. We'll pull back to 1,000 RPM. Thereabouts. Which should work perfectly. I just found out I'm not starting the plane right. Nice. Well, either way, it started. Whatever. Okay. We'll jump to the GPS real quick, and we'll do a quick flight plan here from Friday Harbor, which is KFHR. Oh my lord. Boom. KFHR, and then we're going to NUW. And then we're going to KPAE, Painfield. And just for shits and gigs, I'll probably still make Unicom calls, even though we're not logged into VATSIM or anything. Just because it sounds fun. There's our flight plan plugged in. Should be about a 30-minute flight. So that should be good. On this page over here, we'll pull up this page so we can get some distance to our waypoints. And then in the V-lock here, we'll plug in the I tell you what, I should probably know the names of the VORs I'm picking. Whidbey Island VOR 113.8. There we go. It's got Whidbey Island in there. Everything's good. Let's go fly the circuit a little bit. So we have a perfect crosswind. So I think we'll take runway. We'll do runway 16 since we're already right there. So off the parking brake. The chocks were on. So we're rolling. Make sure the brakes work, and they do. We get our alternator on. We can get the pitot heat on as well. So we'll rumble around over here and do a run up. It's a 5-knot crosswind, so I think we will try to turn into the wind. Which this is going to look kind of funky what we're doing, but loop around to 360. There we go. We'll put the parking brake on, and we'll do our roundup. So we'll go to 2,000 RPM. Magnetos, we're looking for 175 drop as the max. So that one's good. And our right one is also good. Look at the vacuum here. 4.8 to 5.1. That's right at 4.7-ish. That's close enough. Okay, that's our vacuum pump there. Vacuum gauge. Oil temp, oil pressure's good. Fuel pressure is fine. Our amperage is good. Set our local altimeter real quick. We'll do the crop cycle. That's good. I don't know where the alternate air is, so we just won't worry about it. Turn the fuel pump off. We're doing good, and we'll pull the throttle back to idle, then back up to 1,000 RPM. Before takeoff, we'll have to turn the fuel pump back on, which we did. Engine checks are good. All our trim is good. Controls are free and working and everything, so we're fine. Ready for takeoff. Back up to 1,000 RPM. We'll loop back around, and we'll take off. And here's where we call Friday Harbor traffic. Aero 455 Kilo Tango taking off runway 16. We'll make left traffic. Actually, real quick, can probably look in this. Yep, Friday Harbor is left traffic. It's got star L, so left traffic. Sweet. We're ready to go. Just gotta make sure the window's shut so we don't go deaf. Full power. We're looking for 70 knots. We're having to fight the crosswind a decent amount. For 70 knots, we'll pull up. Want to accelerate to 90 knots for the climb. There's 90. We'll climb up to 1,000 feet AGL for the circuit. There's 500 feet. Accelerate to our en route climb of 104. There's 1,000 feet. Pull our manifold pressure back. We'll go to a cruise. 2200 RPM. Gotta make sure I'm actually flying a good crosswind here. There we go. Now I'll get the plane trimmed out a little bit. So go ahead and turn downwind. There we go. Perfect, perfect. We got the airport over there. I think we'll do just this one circuit and then we'll continue on to Painfield because I do want to see Painfield. Right, there's the threshold. Start descending down. Push our RPM back up to max RPM. We'll turn our base leg. Let's go flaps 1. And gear down as well. Make sure we get a good base here. Slowing down a little bit. Now we'll make the turn, come in and land. In this case, it'll be a touch and go. We'll be fighting a 5-knot crosswind. Not a great final turn. But it'll do the job. And full flaps. Aim to the end of the runway. Cut the power. Get flaps up. Full power. $70 knots. Pull us in the air. There we go. We'll continue on to Painfield now. We get 90 knots for best climb. Up to 500 feet, we'll turn on to our flight plan. There we go. Why do a touch and go like that? It's just practice. It's kind of a why not thing. It's a big part of getting comfortable in a plane is doing touch and goes, so you can practice landing and take off over and over. It's the only reason for it. No, you're good. So we're gonna climb up to 4,500. We'll pitch to climb at just above 100 knots, about 104 knots. Let's go autopilot heading, vertical speed. Oh, I forgot to set the heading bug. Not great. Not a great look. We're still going the direction we need to go. Still fine. So if we were on VATSIM and we had ATC, we would have to call approach to enter the Class Charlie, because Whidbey Island is Class Charlie airport. We're not above 4,000 feet, so we'd have to call them up and get permission to fly into the Charlie. But since we're not on VATSIM or anything, we're not going to worry about that. This should follow the magenta line. Maybe not. Looks like we're not picking up not picking up the waypoint we want to be picking up for the VOR in the nav screen, which is kind of annoying. But that's okay. There's 4,000 feet. Start getting set up for cruise. Cruise power setting, 4,000 feet is going to be 24.7 inches and 2,200 RPM. So we'll try to actually level out here. (2200 RPM, 24.7 inches manifold pressure. It should stabilize us at a good cruise speed anyway. There you have it. Should get us up to between 115 and 120 knots. I don't know how accurate the charts are because the performance charts didn't look very accurate, if I'm being honest. Might get us up a little bit faster, but that's all right. Just means we'll be getting there ahead of schedule. Turn the fan on. What I want to find is fuel flow. We're at 10. Let's see if we can try to get back to 8 gallons an hour. Not quite. Be about 9 gallons an hour. That's all right. And now we're above the airspace, so if we had entered the airspace being above the airspace, we wouldn't have to talk to any ATC. But now they'd be handing us back off to VFR, either monitor Unicom or to the center controller or whoever. There's Whidbey Island Airport down there. I'm curious when we reach the next leg if it'll turn us to fly the next leg or not. I'm still trying to figure out how the GPS works in this. So we'll see if it does it. Turn right to 135 in 5 seconds. Looks like it's not going to do it. We'll just go to heading mode. It should turn us there, which it's doing. Sweet. Then we'll continue on to Paine. I wonder if we can pull back the manifold pressure to 8 gallons an hour. Maybe get like 22 inches manifold. Give us 8 gallons an hour fuel burn. We should be good with that. This is the longer leg of the trip. The dog's over there digging himself a hole to sleep in. Go on, you're good. Lay down. What a freaking good dog. What a good boy. You're a good boy, Huckleberry. Even though you threw up on my floor this morning, still a good boy. All right, anything new, FS Elite? There's a scenery hub coming out. What's this? There are literally thousands of airports that still need additional work to make them more accurate to their real-world counterparts. Formerly known as Scenery Gateway System, anyone in the community to easily edit and change default airports and then release that to the world via the platform. Ooh. So this is something that's going to be I hope this is something that comes out like built into the sim. It looks like it's built into the sim, so this would be awesome. People can go through and edit the airports to make them more accurate. And then you can just install the updated one. That would be cool. That would be really cool. It's AKD Studios Gulfstream. How is this? Is this thing awesome? Looks like crap on the inside. Holy moly. Oh. I want to get back into X-Plane, but then I see stuff like that and I'm like, maybe not. Self-loading cargo? Check our altitude and vertical speed. We're good. We're just chilling. I don't know what this is. Another developer doing Blender renders instead of posting some real actual in-sim screenshots of a plane. Sounds about right. I'm curious. I'm gonna look on Steam. I wonder how much X-Plane 12 is going for right now. Store. Still $60. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna have to wait for it to go on sale. I'll probably have to wait until the fall sale to see if it goes on sale. Only bad thing is it has more planes than frames. Laminar has been really slow with updates though. So I think really I want to wait until like probably X-Plane 12.1 before I get it. Because it seems like the 0.1 updates are pretty good. Hulock wants X-Plane 12. And if I had money, I would buy it for Hulock in a heartbeat. Advanced passenger application. The most advanced passenger application for flight simulation should be coming soon. I don't know. I have Pack X, and it's not my favorite thing in the world to use. It's pretty bare bones. FS to crew. SimWorks Studios sending their PC-12 to Pilatus for approval. SimWorks Studios is so confident in their PC-12 that they are going to send it soon to Pilatus itself in order to get it tested and greenlit prior to a release. Oh lordy. Well shoot, if Pilatus approves it, I might get it and try it out. They have a Kodiak 1000. Looks like a Cessna, like a Grand Caravan alternative. And if they don't approve, exactly. Ooh. Did see this earlier. Tropical Sim updated their Kansas City scenery to include the new terminal. So this might be worth getting. Get my home airport now. It's got the new terminal and it still has the two old ones. €18 is what, $25? $20? I don't have $20 I want to spend on scenery right now. People reviewing the scenery. People have said the scenery's not great, but maybe with the update it's a little bit better. I don't know, it looks fine. It's better than the Kansas City we have in the sim. 1972. That's not terrible for scenery. This is a pretty cheap scenery. Does VATSIM still do F&Os? They do. My fare is bigger than yours. Fact. The Minnesota State Fair is the biggest and best in the country. Folks from the Lone Star State beg to differ, however. The reason why is that the Texas State Fair runs longer. However, the Great Minnesota Get-Together breaks attendance records in just 10 days. This year, the Minnesota State Fair runs from August 24th to September 4th. The Texas State Fair runs from September 29th to October 22nd. Fly into Minneapolis or Dallas or both. Let us know what you think. Oh my gosh, 24th annual Boston Tea Party. We're loading up our 24th year of celebrating all that is the Boston virtual ARTCC community. You're invited to join us on Saturday, August 5th. Our controllers will bring you 7 uninterrupted hours of ATC across the entirety of Boston. Live from Helix Esports Patriot Place in Foxborough. It's gonna be Boston, Bradley, Providence, and Manchester. The event will end promptly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Freaking love these events. So cool. We did just blow past our airport though. There's Payne Field. We're gonna be landing there in just a second. Alright, time to descend. Alright, let's figure out what the weather is here. Which runway we're gonna land. Weather's 350, or the wind is 350 at 7. Go to the charts. Sweet. Land 3-4 right. Yeah, we'll do some touch and goes on 3-4 right. Alright, we'll loop back around to enter the circuit. For Payne Field. Be doing touch and goes over Boeing's factory. It says it's prohibited in the morning, but it's not the morning. It's late at night, so fuck it, we'll do it. Ninja! Ain't no worries, man. Ain't no worries at all. It doesn't matter if you're late, early, on time. I just appreciate you being here. How's it going? All right. So we will fly. We'll do an upwind. Yeah, we'll do an upwind leg on this to get into the circuit. All right. So I'll turn on the yoke so you guys can see what I'm doing, I guess. We're above pattern altitude. This is not the right way to enter a circuit, but we're gonna do it this way anyway. Doing some VFR flight. Yep, we're doing VFR flight, and we're on the in-game server. So if you want to join, if anybody wants to join, feel free. We're on the USA East servers, and we're at Payne Field right now. KPAE. We're just kind of doing some hopping around and seeing what's going on, doing a little bit of sightseeing. So we'll fly overhead the runway. We'll keep descending down. Airport elevation is 600 feet, so we want to go to about 1,500 feet. Actually, we want to be right here. 1,600. We'll set local altimeter. Get about 345 on the heading for our downwind or upwind leg. Then we'll go ahead and turn crosswind. And try to stick with roughly 1,000 feet AGL. Trim out the plane quite a bit. Some manifold pressure on. We'll get our mixture back up to rich. We gotta climb up just a little bit. So we're in the right circuit for runway 34 right. Go ahead and turn downwind. Now we're climbing, we gotta get trimmed out again. See the airfield over there? The dude over there is named that MF Thang. He's got that thing. We're getting high again. Get down 1,600 feet. I'll pull back the power. Go ahead and go props full. We'll turn base. Start slowing down. Here's our base leg. Should be able to see the runway, and we do. Go ahead and drop some flaps. One notch of flaps coming in. Drop the gear. Let's try to get a decent final turn for once in our lives. Looking more into ATC? What do you mean? There we go, lined up. A little bit high. Keep the speed coming back. Oh, is it like a job? You should do it. Air traffic controllers make a good living. I'm currently trying to brainstorm how I can get my pilot's license, so I might come across to your airspace one day. Let's go flaps 2. Gotta keep descending down. Wanting to float around like crazy, isn't it? There we go. One white, one red. Keep it slowing down. clipping trees. I refuse to believe that these trees are this tall on final. So we'll just kind of ignore that. Laps 3. Pulling the speed back. Still yet. Over the threshold, cutting the power. Aim to the end of the runway. Let it fly into the ground. Laps coming up. Get full power. $70 knots. We're airborne. Gear up. Yeah, I have a family friend who's an air traffic controller. He's a pretty distant family friend, but family friend nonetheless. Family acquaintance, I guess. See the biggest factory in the world down below us. I'm gonna fly past it before we turn crosswind so we can look out the window when we're flying downwind and see it. Get trimmed out. Keep this turn coming. I think this time we'll do a full stop landing, and then we'll park up, find an FBO, park up, and plan where we're gonna go from here. I also take a look around the scenery. It's a free scenery I got off of Flight Sim 2. There we go. Downwind, there's that factory over there. I don't know what they build at Payne right now. I would assume probably 737s. But I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm curious. You're back? Welcome back. Just in time for another landing. Start slowing down and dropping some altitude here, and we'll turn crosswind. or base. Notch of flaps. A little bit of ATC, but not that much. I hear it's a really difficult job to get into. Like, they're pretty selective. However, if you're able to get into it, it's a good career. I've always heard good things about being an air traffic controller. Gear coming down. We'll turn base again. Did I overshoot? I did not overshoot. Look at that. Stunning. Still high though. Not really lined up with the runway either. There we go. A bit of power. Flaps coming in. Flaps 2. Keep it dropping. Keep her dropping. Flaps 3. Over the threshold. Back to idle. Flare. We're down. This one we'll do full stop. We'll figure out where we're parking. I have no idea where the FBO is here at Payne. Customs terminal. North ramp, west ramp. I am going to assume it is down here somewhere. On the south side of the airport. So we'll taxi over there to the south side of the airport. There we go. I would assume it's somewhere over here, since this is short-ass runway that's probably used for GA. I would assume anyway. This is not a runway anymore that we're crossing right now. So that's something wrong with the scenery. Aviation Technical Services. I guess we can Google it. Payne Field FBO. Transient parking? Okay, so we'll go... Have to make a right turn onto Alpha. Which should be this here. We'll have to taxi up to the terminal, and then we'll park on the outer ramp of the terminal, it looks like. So that should work. Not the worst thing in the world. Services, runway information, hangars and tie downs. So you can get services for a lot of crap here. So there's Boeing's being built. Once again, this is not a runway that we're crossing here anymore. It's just grass, looks like on the chart. There's a B-52 there. Now, once we get parked up, we're gonna go take a look at some of the scenery here and see what's going on. It's kind of cool. Oh, there is an FBO. It's... Where the fuck is that? Shit, I don't know. Anyway, this is transient parking over here, so we'll park over here. Sure. Finish those vendor challenges, ranked up to Guardian rank 6. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Attempt to sleep tonight. Good night. Hey, good night. I hope you do get some sleep. You definitely need it. Alright, parking brake. Fuel pump should have been off a long time ago, but that's alright. Alternator off. Got 1000 RPM. Cut the mixture. Turn the magnetos off. We'll turn the battery off. And skip through that. Skip through that screen. We'll give us some chocks. We'll open up the door and get out of here. Alright, let's jump outside and take a look around the airport. See what's going on here. So we got a B-52 here. Kind of cool. Buff. Got a 747 sitting over here for All Nippon, a Dash 8. Nippon Cargo. Kind of a cool scenery. You got a 7.6 here for UPS. 777 for FedEx. Another 777 for DHL. we can't look inside of them. I'm not surprised we can't. I mean, these models aren't exactly designed for us to like go creeping around inside and see what's going on, you know? That's pretty cool. What else we got going on here? Another 777. More 777s. Maybe they build 777s here. And 76s. Got some KC-46s. KC-46s, the tankers. Which are 767s as well. There's a 787. It's like a 787-9 probably. Another 787 over there. It's kind of really a cool scenery, isn't it? Long time no see. The weather's really hot. Yeah, it is very hot outside. Where I'm at, it is hot. It is extremely muggy and humid. What a cool factory that is. At Painfield. Freaking love that. Look at that. Got some other buildings here. We'll go back to our plane though. We won't sit around here for too terribly long. We'll figure out where we're going next, and then we'll be on our way. How you doing, Brown Pot? Good to see you again. Good to be back here on YouTube streaming. It's always a fun time. Here's our little Piper down here at transient parking. Love this little bird. Okay, so we're at Payne. Let's see where we want to go next. Pull up Navigraph and plan out another little hop here. Could go to Seattle. To be all Class Bravo airspace. Looks like we have specific ways that they want us to arrive. Into Boeing Kingfield. Are these for Seattle, or? That's what these dashed lines are. So if we're coming from the north, which we will be if we take off out of Everett, come down to Seattle, follow this line here. To get this over here, and I guess from here they'd clear us for the visual to land at Seattle. So we can try to give this a shot. Jump down to Seattle. So if we take off out of here, we'll go direct. We'll program direct Seattle, and then I'm just gonna have to try to keep watch out. We'll take off to the north. We'll have to turn around, fly the left-hand circuit for 3-4 left. Leave it to the south. Then we'll try to follow some roadways in. They'd probably want us to go to Renton Municipal, though. So I wonder if there's even an FBO here at Seattle. Delta hangar, all that. There's a corporate hangar. United Maintenance Transiplex. Oh! What else do we have, though? Could jump up to Port Angeles. Let's try to go to Renton Municipal. But this chart on this looks so freaking confusing. So let me look at Sky Vector and see what Sky Vector has going on at Renton. Alright. So we got the Bravo here. Aerial demonstrations going on. Interesting. Okay, so we need to be below 3,000 coming in this way. So we might be able, if we skirt around the outside of the Class Bravo, we can just avoid the Class Bravo altogether and fly into Renton. I think we'll try that. Renton has a left-hand circuit. Flying around. I think we'll, oh yeah, we'll give this a try. Alright, let's do this. Okay, we'll jump down to Renton, see what's going on. Shut the door up and we'll get this plane started. We're not going to use the fuel pump to start since plane's probably still warm from earlier.
Clear prop.
Clear prop. There we go. Switch over to our left tank. Should be fine. The chock's removed. Parking brake's on. We'll wait for the database to load up. We should be perfectly fine taking an intersection departure out of Payne. We'll taxi up and we'll take off of Alpha 4, which isn't very far away. Should be fun. We'll make left-hand traffic. Then we'll only fly at like I don't know, 1,500 feet. We could do like, I don't know, we'll do 2,500 feet since we're VFR. Should be fine. So we'll go flight plan. Clear. Clear from Payne. We're going to KR. N. T. Sweet. I'm just gonna look at this little chart I have here. Be about 25 inches RPM, or 25 inches manifold for cruise power. That should be fine. All right, let's do it. So go out the way we came in. We'll just taxi straight over to 3-4 left, take an intersection departure. We'll have to be kind of smart about how we enter Renton. Parking brake on, 2000 RPM for the run up. Check our magnetos. That one's good. Check our right magneto. That one's good. Draw the prop back. Slight manifold pressure rise and oil pressure rise as well. Cycle that back up. Or oil pressure drop, not rise. Fuel pump on for takeoff. We'll go back to idle. And we'll get out of here. This is a really short... Oh, because this isn't the runway. God damn it. This runway doesn't exist. I hate that. I hate it. Three, 4 left is up here. Get lined up on center line, get some power in. Let's do it. Full power. Little bit of a crosswind, not too bad at all. 70 knots. Need to accelerate up to 90 knots. For best climb, we'll go up to 2,500 feet so we stay below the Class Bravo airspace. Make left traffic. There we go. We can go ahead and get the fuel pump off. We'll get the landing lights off. Need to have the pitot heat on as well. We can start accelerating to our en route climb. 104 knots. We'll turn downwind. We're getting up to our cruise, so I'll start pulling the manifold pressure back. We'll get our RPMs back. 2200 as well. Here we go. Get autopilot on. Vertical speed. Hey Joey, how's it going? We're up in Seattle. Kinda. What have you been up to, Joey? Keep inching back that manifold pressure. Sure, our flaps are up. I feel like our angle of attack is all funky. I need to descend. We're gonna have to be pretty strict with this altitude. Gotta stay very much below 3,000. It's kind of a weird angle of attack to be flying level. Let's watch the most bizarre movie you've seen in a while. Paramount Plus original called Significant Other. Very short and very efficient. Huh. I might look into that. I need some things to watch at work. All right, 2,500 feet. We are fine where we're at altitude-wise. So we're gonna start making our way over. Kind of over on the other side of this lagoon, lake. I think it's a lake. Try to avoid the Seattle airspace, or Seattle Tacoma. Joey, I feel like if I need to find some weird shit to watch, you're the person I need to go to. That would be accurate. Well, good. Well, good. Keep some pressure on. Where's the manifold pressure? A little bit bumpy. We're kind of going up and down all over the place. We just need to make sure we stay below 3,000 feet. Especially coming up on this part of the Class Bravo airspace we're entering right now. The bottom of this is 3,000. So we do not want to enter that. Colorado Space Mandy Annihilation. I haven't seen Mandy. I saw a bunch of advertisements for that whenever it came out. Huh. I didn't know cosmic horror was a genre. Cosmic horror. Oh. Cosmic horror, also known as Lovecraftian horror. Horror that comes with the fear of the unknown and incomprehensible. Interesting. I feel like we're getting some weird winds. I feel like that's what's going on here. We're bouncing around like crazy. There's somebody over there at negative 1,000 feet. Roger. Oh, they bounced back up. Cessna. They're flying that Top Gun weird plane. So we gotta keep, this turn has to come out a little bit more actually, because if we keep going that way, we're gonna clip the Bravo. I'm gonna join you in either Remnant 2 or Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about either of those games. I've been seeing stuff about Baldur's Gate, but I don't know anything about it. Role-playing game. It's an RPG set in the universe of Dungeons and Dragons. Gotta put in my birthday to look at it. That's a good sign. Rated M for mature. It's not really, doesn't really look like my kind of game. I'll have to watch some videos on it to see what people think about it. What's going on, Brown Pot? What you wowing? Alright, so this is that part of the Bravo airspace that we didn't want to clip, because the floor to that is 2,000. We're at 2,500. So we can start turning south again. We'll turn almost straight south. I feel like we're very nose down. I don't know. It must be rough air. We're really bouncing around. Don't have any flaps or gear out, so shouldn't have any extra drag. The plane's just like really bouncing around. I don't know, I'll have to look into Baldur's Gate 3. See what it's all about. Have to take a little peek-see at it. So there's Renton Municipal there. That's where we're gonna land. Gonna look at the weather information. Winds 350 at 7, so we'll land runway 34. See what the airport elevation is. It's a left-hand circuit. US server has a lot of users, so the frames are scary. Is it lagging out a bit on stream? I hope it's not. Thought I had my issues ironed out. Alright, let's enter the traffic pattern. The airport elevation is 32 feet, so we need to come in at 1,000 feet. So I'm gonna pull back the power, auto throttle off, get the yoke out so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna need to turn. It's soft, there's no brake. We're gonna bleed some airspeed here. We're gonna bleed some altitude to get below 2,000 feet. I'm kind of doing a rocket drop out of the sky. So we're coming in diagonally over the airport. I want to be at about 1,000 feet to be in the circuit. We're below any airspace that we'd have to worry about here, so we don't need to worry about that. We're in the class Delta, but we'd be talking to ATC if we were on VATSIM anyway. We're in the real world here. So that's fine. So they probably wouldn't put us in the circuit. They'd probably just clear us, vector us around and clear us straight in for a downwind or something like that. We'll go ahead and get full props. There's 1,000 feet. So we'll start turning downwind. Try not to get too much below 1,000 feet. Coming a little bit closer towards the airport. just because I don't want to accidentally blow the Bravo. We'll turn... Ooh, there was some frame drop. Turn base. Just slowing it down a little bit more. Landing gear coming down. Or flaps coming down. We can go ahead and get the gear down as well. There's our base turn. Got a visual on the airport there. Trim it out a little bit. We'll go ahead and turn final here. Tell you what, I cannot line up good on final to save my life. Let's go second notch of flaps. Keep some power on. Fuel pump, landing light. It's good there. Keep our power back. We're looking good. And keep our speed coming back a little bit. Pretty wide runway here. Kind of a wide and short runway, it looks like. Full flaps. Over the threshold, cutting the power, aiming towards the end of the runway. Stall warning is fine. We're down. Flaps coming up. Looking for hitting 1,000 RPM. Nice landing. I'm trying to get better at it. I still don't feel like I'm very good at landing this plane. It's pretty hit or miss. All right, we'll go to the FBO, which is over here. I guess it's supposed to be this big ass building here, which I guess works. Fuel pump off, landing light off, anti-collision light off. We'll park up over here. This is supposed to be the FBO, but obviously in the sim it looks nothing like an FBO. We get parked up, parking brake on, 1,000 RPM, heato heat off, alternator off, and mixture cut off. Think it's a nice landing that you didn't pass the touchdown zone. Yeah, it's always a good landing when you don't float. I always see some people float their planes like crazy to try to get buttery smooth landing. I'm like, that's not very realistic, really, because you don't want to land too far down the runway, you know. Here we go. Welcome to Renton. I am really enjoying flying this plane though. It's a really fun plane to fly. No, it's not a big old airliner at all, but it's still fun. Oh, Joey. Streamlabs is telling me to immerse myself in my Baldur's Gate stream. Lamau. If only it knew I wasn't playing Baldur's Gate right now. Okay. Let's get another good flight in for the night. So from Renton, what joystick am I using for steering? For when I'm in the air, I'm using the VKBsim Gladiator NXT. But when I'm on the ground, I'm using my rudder pedals. I have the MFG Crosswinds for rudder pedals. Always looks so good. Honestly, it's probably just because I fly a lot. I fly in the sim a whole lot more than I should. Alright, what airports do we have around here? Where can we do a little cross-country trip to? We could fly over towards the mountains. Or we could go to Astoria. Portland would take a while though. I don't know if we can go that far. This runway is right on the beach. We could go there. Let's go to Hawkwiam. Have to take off out of here. We'll kind of fly through the airspace here and then go direct. How long would this be? Let's kind of take a little peek here and see. That's a little too long, actually. Let's go to Shelton. SHN. Yeah, that'll work. It's fly at an even altitude. Get up to like 4,500 feet. So take off out of Renton. Have to take off with a tailwind because of the TFR for aerial demonstrations. Looks like there's an air show going on. Yeah. Okay. We'll do this. We'll just plan this direct. From Renton to SHN. Kind of cuts us across Seattle. We'll take off out of Seattle. We'll say ATC is gonna vector us across under the takeoff. They'll vector us down and we'll fly straight over Seattle, Tacoma. How about that? That's what ATC wants us to do. We'll say that's what ATC is gonna tell us. We'll have to take off and make a quick turn to stay as far away from the TFR that we can, or we're not allowed to be flying. So we get the battery on.
Clear prop.
Clear prop. There we go. Get our plane started up there. Such a fun plane to fly, this Piper Arrow. This isn't the turbo charged one. This is just the regular Arrow 3. Let's wait for our GPS to initialize. We got to get our alternator on so our battery will charge back up. Don't want to run with no battery. No alternator going. Okay. Another episode of quickly programming things. We'll delete pane. Scroll down here. K. S. H. N. Sanderson. That's direct. 53 miles. Get that page up. We're good to go rumble. Do some rumbling. For some reason our prop was pulled back. Alright, off the parking brakes. We'll taxi down and get rolling. Eventually, for flight controls, I want to get the Honeycomb Bravo yoke. And when I do that, things will be mounted where I can put a camera on it, so we can have a flight control camera for landings and takeoffs, which I think will be pretty fun. But it'll be a little bit before I'm able to do that, honestly. Taxi down this way to the end of the runway. We'll do a run up and then we'll get out of here. We got the TFR to worry about, so we'll take off and make a pretty immediate left-hand turn. I'll actually plug in a heading that we can aim for here in a second. Just so we can make sure we don't blow any airspaces. All right, we get down here. Short of the runway. 2000 RPM. There we go. Check our mags. That drop is fine. Check our right mag. That one is good as well. Fuel pressure's good. Oil temp's good. Oil pressure is good. We'll cycle the prop. Drop in oil pressure, rise in manifold pressure, and drop in prop, which is what we want. The fuel pump on. Back to idle. And let's get out of here. Get lined up on the runway. In full power, let's do it. Oh, our trim is all sorts of whack. 70 knots. Let's get out of here. Gear up. We're 90 knots. We're gonna go ahead and make a turn, probably about to 240. Get out of the TFR. It's probably an air show going on somewhere around here. Go 220. We got our best climb at 90 knots. We'll go ahead and get the autopilot operating here. Just so as we get over Boeing Field or Seattle Tacoma, we can take a look outside and see what's going on. About 104 knots roughly is where our best climb is. See some traffic down there. There's somebody landing 748. I don't think this autopilot is exactly designed to be using while you're climbing. That's all right. Take a look. 748 did a touch and go. We got another 747 in the water, I think. going for a swim. Or in the trees. Somewhere down there. Go ahead and program our directs. Activate that. Coming up to about 4,500. Full power climb. Thing's not wanting to fly the heading bug, but I wonder if our gyro is off sync. Let's level off. Pull back to about 2100 or 21 inches manifold pressure, 2200 RPM. And there we go. Welcome to cruise. About a 15-minute flight to get where we're going. I wish I knew where the trim was at in this plane, so I could actually see. Oh. Well, I'm dumb. I feel pretty dumb anyway. It's in the middle. Fuel pump come off. Put our anti-collision on. We are tracking where we need to go. Everything's looking good here. Oh, sorry. Got a little ways to go to Sheldon. Sheldonton, I think it is. Is it Sheldon or Sheldington? I don't know. Aerosoft A330 Dev Snapshot. Let's take a peek. Who's ready for the Aerosoft A330? Rather than looking at the development of the A330, we decided to take a platform approach because we're committed to supporting, developing, and extending the A330 for years to come. This page will keep you updated on the progress and planned enhancement of the A330, so check back regularly. Is this all the update is? 721. Okay, SimBrief integration, that's good. MCDUs are independent of each other. Is that literally all the snapshot is? Good lord. I don't know what Aerosoft has been doing. People are saying streamer communities are pyramid schemes. I'm not surprised. It's random shit I'm seeing on Twitter. Yeah, we're about 2/3 of the way there now. Finally outside of Class Bravo airspace. This airport has parachuting going on. So we got to be cognizant of that. Even though we won't see any parachuters or skydivers in the sim. If we're trying to stick with real world stuff, we gotta be ready for it. Looking for the airport. I don't see the airport quite yet. Should be past Sheldon here, probably over here somewhere if I had to bet. We'll see what the winds are doing while we're on our way there. Winds are 250 at 8, so we'll land runway 23. So we should be good for just a straight in arrival. It's looking like. Airport elevation's 200 feet, so we need to descend to 1,200 feet. So we'll go ahead and start that. Won't have to descend like a rocket ship this time. Actually preparing for the descent. And we'll see what kind of circuit Sheldon has in case we need to fly a circuit. It's going to be a left-hand circuit. I don't know if we'll have to fly one though. Kind of keep our eyes peeled for the airport. I think it's right here. Maybe. Looks like it'd be right there. Let's kind of adjust our heading to the west a bit. The landing light on. We'll switch to our fullest tank, which is our right tank. We'll go ahead and get the fuel pump on for landing as well. We'll have power lines next to the airport. So I don't know if we'll see those in the sim, but if we do, we'll watch out for them. Still trying to look for the airport. That is it there, maybe? Or here. It's not this. So 1,200 feet, we'll start slowing our descent a little bit. And try to get a visual on the airport. Should be seeing the airport by now. Isn't it up there? I'll tell you what we should be able to do. So we'll take autopilot out and we can follow this road over here. Should take us there. I think the trees are just so tall I can't see the airport. Oh my gosh. Hello. Found the airport. It's right there. Good lord. Must be a little tired. Let's go ahead and go flaps 1. Gear down. Props full. Technically is a straight in, isn't it? My excuse is that if it was the real world, I would have been able to look around a lot more for it. It's my excuse for being on top of it and not being able to find it. Second notch of flaps. And third notch of flaps. Over the threshold. Pulling the power back. Aim towards the end of the runway. We're down. There we go. It made it to Sheldon, Sanderson Field. I think that's going to be the last flight for tonight. I know it's a little bit shorter of a stream. But, I mean, it's VFR flying. So we did lots of landings, lots of takeoffs today. So it was a good time. So showing is not a runway, so I think the scenery is a little bugged out. A little outdated, maybe. So there's a taxiway. The window open. We'll take our next left, which will take us straight into the ramp. We can park it up. Taxiing pretty quickly. We'll taxi down this way and we'll park it up at the hangars over here. And let's pull it right here. We'll say that this is a parking spot. There we go. Parking brake set. Bring it up to 1,000 RPM. Turn off the alternator. Cut the power. Mixture. Mags off. Beacon off. And battery off. We'll get the chocks on. We'll tie it down. Open up the door. We'll open up the baggage door as well so we can get our bags out. There we go. There's some fun VFR flying for the day. So that is going to do it for me tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you're still around, I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already and you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to leave a like. Help out this, what will become a video in the algorithm. And I think outside of that, I will catch you all next Thursday. You all stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you all in the next one. We'll see you next time.